So before we look ahead, let's take a quick look backwards in the rearview mirror at Windows 7. Windows 7 was originally released by Microsoft in July of 2009. It had succeeded Windows Vista and sold about 240 million copies in the first year, which at the time was a very staggering pace of uptake for an operating system. Windows 7 first included the Aero Glass user interface. Speedy search was sort of a cornerstone of the operating system upgrade, and there were some tweaks and changes to the start menu and taskbar as they had evolved through Windows XP and Vista. And we actually started to see Action Center and some of the other features that we enjoy in Windows 10 really got their foundation start in Windows 7. One interesting statistic, as of February 2019, still around 33% of PCs out in the world are still running Windows 7. So there's a great opportunity for a lot of businesses and a lot of home users to start looking at upgrade paths to Windows 10 or potentially to new hardware to support that. So that brings us to a very, very important date. January 14th, 2020, Microsoft will be ending support for Windows 7. Now, what does that mean and why is it important, especially for businesses? Well, when Microsoft is no longer providing security updates for an operating system, it really almost instantly becomes a target for hackers, for illegal activity, for spyware and viruses, those types of things. When the operating system is no longer patched, any vulnerabilities found by hackers and sort of the dark side of the internet will be shared, and that can become a target really, really quickly. Microsoft will also no longer be providing technical support for devices running Windows 7. So if you do have a large fleet of Windows 7 based PCs in your organization, it will be a very critical time to move those to Windows 10 or look at refreshing your hardware fleet as well. Now, Microsoft will offer paid per device Windows 7 extended security updates through January 2023, but I say this with some reservation as it's really the world's largest enterprise accounts that are privy to this type of support and can actually afford this type of support. So again, we look to Windows 10 in the SMB market and in the home market. Obviously, it'll be very, very important to look at upgrading as soon as possible. So typically when end of support timelines or when updates like this do arrive from software vendors like Microsoft, we hear from our clients and they wonder why. Why should I make the move? Why should I make the switch? Windows 7 is working just fine for me and I don't want to relearn something new. Well, to boil it all down into sort of three independent ideas of Windows 10 come down to modern security, productivity, and lower cost. In the security stack, Windows 10 is much improved on Windows 7 and prior versions of the operating system, and the system will actually proactively protect users and your organization with cloud-powered intelligent security. We'll cover that in just a second. Productivity is very important, especially for business users. There's only a finite number of hours we work in a day, and we all love to get things done quicker and more concisely. And lower cost for business owners. As you transform your workplace, you may be able to reduce costs with streamlined updates and management, so less time spent waiting for your computer systems to update and more time for your employees to get things done and get projects underway. So touching on modern security, besides the graphical user interface of the updates of Windows 10, this is probably the most significant area of enhancement. Since Windows 7, especially Microsoft, has poured a lot more security experience into the product, both things that you can see like fingerprint and facial recognition for login. There's a BitLocker system that keeps your apps safe. And Microsoft has even gone as far as building Windows Defender, which is a pretty capable antivirus system right into the operating system. There's also some features that you can't see where the operating system is sort of connected to cloud and cloud-based artificial intelligence to prevent threats and attacks from the outside world onto your PC. As well, Microsoft, being the biggest productivity software company in the world, has focused on productivity in their operating system offering as well. As I mentioned, Windows 10 is serviced by the cloud, so your updates and feature updates and security updates are automatically controlled by known good configurations of hardware and sort of the use cases that your PC may be in. Windows 10 works very, very well and capably with Office 365. So if your organization is looking to transform, again, the concept of a modern desktop with Windows 10 and having software as a service based Office 365 for your Office apps, as well as email and calendaring and communication software, the two will work hand in hand. With Windows 10, you can save your files in the cloud. So if you do lose your laptop or if your PC suffers some damage, rest assured that you'll be able to get your files back and get your day, continue with your day. Easier remote access to your PC. So if you do have a desktop PC, say at the office, and you want to access from home or on the road, there's a little bit more capability that's built into Windows 10 to make that a little bit more easier and a little less dependent on third-party software. You can use your voice to control your PC with Cortana, and Cortana is actually a very capable and intelligent personal assistant that's built into the operating system. One great thing here, Microsoft doesn't get a lot of credit, but Windows 10 does love your phone. You don't have to be a Windows Phone or a Microsoft Phone user per se. Android and iOS devices are supported, so you can take pictures with your phone and have those appear on your PC to work with. And you can also send and receive messages to your SMS phone number on your phone. You can send and receive those through the Your Phone app in Windows 10. As well as another feature that Microsoft really doesn't get a lot of credit for is they've really bolstered the accessibility features in Windows 10. So those users who still want to get things done but may suffer from perhaps a visual or other disability, they're not limited by the operating system any longer. There's a lot of features for these users to still get things done on a day-to-day basis. Another component that's really near and dear to my heart is creativity. When I first saw Windows 10 a few years back, I had sort of fell in love with the ink capabilities that are built into the operating system. Being able to write on your screen and sort of realizing the dream of tablet computing, having your pen and having a screen that you can draw and annotate and sketch really quickly. All of those capabilities are built into Windows 10, which makes it really easy to get started with features like that. As well, Microsoft has provided 3D assets and designs in Paint 3D as well as Office. So as the world moves to a 3D world, you can rest assured that your OS and supporting applications can handle 3D content. One other cool feature that I really like is to mark up web pages in the Edge browser. So if you find something you like and you want to share with colleagues or with family, you can take a sort of a screen snap of a website, use your pen or your finger to draw notes on that and share those out really quickly. Sharing as a whole of any type of file, annotation, screen grab, or music or photos in Windows 10 is very, very quick as well. And there's a lot of sharing capabilities that are built right into the operating system, so you don't have to go into each sort of individual application like email or Messenger to send out files to your colleagues. And you can connect to more devices to project content. So in the past, connecting a PC to a projector or to a room, or if you're giving a speech somewhere, that was always a pain. And with Windows 10, it's quite a lot easier to connect both wirelessly and wired into projecting type of equipment. All right, so let's take a look at moving forward now. Let's say your organization in this scenario is using Office 365 already, but you may still be using Windows 7 on your PCs and laptops. Let's talk about transitioning to a product called Microsoft 365. Now, just like Office 365, this is a per user per month type of subscription, and Microsoft 365, in this case, I'm showing the business level of that type of subscription, includes Office 365, so Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, Outlook, those apps on your desktop, as well as the online services that drive those apps like Exchange, OneDrive, SharePoint, and then some of the cooler tools like Bookings, MailIQ, Teams, and Planner, combined with a subscription for Windows 10 and what they call the best of enterprise mobility and security. So enterprise grade security and deployment tools, keeping your Windows 10 PCs safe and secure, combined with Windows 10 Pro, and that would let you upgrade from Windows 7, included in a per month per user subscription. So again, Microsoft 365 is really the burger, fries, and drink of the Microsoft world, in being you get Office 365, Windows 10, and EMS for all your users sort of across the board and all your devices. So a very quick way to license and be current with all of those products, as because with a Microsoft 365 subscription, as long as you are keeping your subscription current, you'll always get current versions of Office, current versions of Windows, would be including all of the feature and security updates, and then again the best of EMS, so some of the Azure tools for identity and some of the enterprise grade security tools for keeping your devices safe and secure. Here's another scenario, a little bit more simple and straightforward here. We know that the Windows 7 end of life is coming up and we need to upgrade. Depending on the age and capability of your hardware, you may be able to just migrate those existing devices to Windows 10. Again, look for Windows 10 Pro as your migration path. Or it may be time to replace your hardware fleet, and a good step to get to Windows 10 Pro is by acquiring new devices. In either case, look for a great partner, for example, Profit Business Group, to help you out with this type of transition. Just a quick note on other Microsoft products reaching their end of support cycles in 2020. We're going to see Exchange Server 2010, Dynamics NAV 2009 R2, Windows Server 2008 R2, Visual Studio 2010, Dynamics GP 2010, and all of the associated Office applications and servers from the 2010 family reach their end of support in the calendar year of 2020. I have a URL here. It's quite long, I won't read it out, but you can see the entire list of expiring products and end of support cycles for Microsoft products at that URL. All right, so that's all the material I had prepared for today. Let's give a quick recap of what we've covered so far in today's webinar. The Windows 7 end of support timeline is approaching quickly on January 14th, 2020. We are doing our best to get the word out as early as we can to help our customers transition from Windows 7 to Windows 10. We know that staying on Windows 10 will be putting your business and your business's data at serious risk, as hackers will be targeting Windows 7 as new security exploits are discovered and shared in the dark communities on the internet. Windows 10 is packed with security and productivity features, and you really shouldn't fear the operating system upgrade. I love Windows 10, and I know a lot of users find a lot of features that they use and enjoy using each and every day to stay productive at work. Windows 10 is the cornerstone of the modern workplace vision that Microsoft is working on, and that includes Office 365 as well as some enterprise-grade security and deployment tools that they've really encapsulated and made approachable for small and medium-sized businesses. Other critical business software apps are reaching the end of their lives in 2020 as well. If you're on Office 2010 or Exchange 2010, Windows Server 2008 or 2008 R2, you should work with a partner like Profit Business Group to build a migration timeline and an upgrade timeline. You can reduce migration headaches by partnering with Profit Business Group. We have a tested and tried system and methodology for migrating our customers' information from Windows 7 to Windows 10. As well, we have a number of cloud experts on staff to help you discuss Office 365 and Microsoft 365 and any of the other subscription-based services to help you modernize your workplace.